What does this do?
Hey, stop pretending to be the writers.
This Star Trek.
It did get worse. It did get worse.
What? The Borg is now stupid Borg, Gerardo Borg, Jaborgi, the Borg. As if it wasn't enough for Star Trek Picard to ruin one of the best fucking Starfleet captains of all time, they decide to ruin one of the best fucking franchise's villains. We have the stupidest fucking Jorborgies. Now, this is so fucking stupid. We fucking lost it when motherfucking 7 of 9 and Rafi literally being fired at by 50 Borg soldiers that are augmented mercenaries that have trained all their lives.
Show the clip.
And they literally, and we show in the clip right now, fuck you, CBS, this is fair use. They run across an open field, 50 fucking meters, or who knows, longer than that.
Trained mercenaries.
Under open gunfire, and she literally has a knife, and she starts
And a
killing them all. Fuck this stupid, sick filth. This is sick filth. This is fucking garbage writing. And I can't get it across to you how bad this is. For Star Trek fans, for non-fans, Joe fell asleep.
It was fucking boring at the end.
I said, get your fucking ass up, Joe.
You think I give a shit about 7 of 9 and Rafi?
You have to do this.
Man,
I hate all of these characters.
Yes.
All of them I hate. I hate
Dumb.
these. No, I should say I hate these writers. They have fucking ruined everything. This, I didn't think it could get any worse. And I am consistently proven
Impressed.
wrong. Yeah. I am impressed. I watched this show literally to see how fucking bad it gets. It's almost fucking disgustingly interesting. It's like watching a fucking train wreck in slow motion as bodies are being fucking squeezed and eyeballs are popping and blood and guts are showering everywhere. It is such a disaster that you cannot fucking look away. How much worse will it get? How much more will they write something asininely stupid? And they continue to do it. I can't with this shit.
This honestly feels like a fucking joke. Like Picard
It's
is
a fucking joke.
Picard to me in this episode just felt like that grandpa that is always getting
They made Picard. God damn it! Nobody does anything. Picard is literally daydreaming under gunfire.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
A grenade explodes and he starts daydreaming. He's negotiating their surrender and he's daydreaming.
This was basically
while
happening.
all the women are firing. None of the men do anything because men can't do anything. It's all women. Women saving everything through this entire fucking Picard series. I don't think a single guy has done anything except for legacy characters in Ramos, and they sideline Ramos here. This is garbage. This is so fucking blatantly stupid and written slanted one fucking way. My truth, your truth. Let's have the Borg fucking the Borg. Do you want nothing but 7 of 9s in your collective? The Borg would be like, no.
Hell yeah.
7 of 9 is a mistake, an aberration. And she's like, hell yeah. Girardi, of all fucking people, of all the heroes of Starfleet, manages to convince the goddamn Borg to change their entire fucking ways and beings. Now the Borg are literally going to be fucking junk traders and fucking only assimilate derelict ships and fucking...
They weren't looking for love. They're looking for
connection. People that are about to die.
They're looking for connection.
They already had a goddamn connection. The entire Borg collective is a motherfucking connection. I hate this. This is ruined Star Trek. Do not watch Picard. if you unless you want to go through this
don't
roller
watch it.
coaster of
I honestly
emotions.
say
Look,
don't
even
watch it.
Mance is trying to get away, trying to go jump out the window right now.
This is a waste of fucking time. It is a huge waste of time.
I had to film it. Oh, he was trying to jump out. God darn it. Anyways,
This whole scene was laughable, even in the fucking beginning.
Take it over, Alex. Take it over. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Well, even in the fucking beginning, I was laughing my ass off because they're getting pinned down, and then they throw a flashbang, and everyone's like, "Cover your eyes." Picard's covering his eyes. Oh, this reminds me of the time I was playing hide and seek with my mom. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Joe called it too, and she was like, "What do you want to do now?" And
Cover
Joe's like,
your
"Hide and
ass."
seek," and he says, "Hide and seek.
It's fucking
Let's play hide and
stupid.
seek with the
It's
bad
fucking
guys."
stupid. This thing is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking anymore.
All these characters fucking suck. I honestly wish they would have died. I thought Ralphie, whatever the fuck, or Seven was gonna get injured throwing that acre of gunfight, but they made it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Alex,
I don't
say
fucking
something.
understand.
I want him to.
It's a fucking piece of trash.
It's bad. I mean, everything about it is bad. It was.
We
I
knew
felt like I
this.
was watching one of OJ's movies, and not
Oh,
like one
might have been.
No, they're not.
Yes, Joe's movies are better than this garbage, Alex.
Well, like Slingshot
This is
Cop.
destroying a fucking franchise that we love. The writing is worse than what it is in the goddamn Z
Slingshot
movies.
Cop, the villain
Joe's
has a purple
B
foot.
movies. What is it?
Slingshot Cop.
See, this story makes more sense.
has a purple foot.
Slingshot makes more sense in this story.
He has a purple foot. He touches you with it. He drains your powers with his purple foot.
Yeah. That's what this feels like. It's
Philosopher pasture.
That one's amazing.
That's actually
Come
pretty
on.
decent. Like,
It's laughable.
this
but
doesn't come
great.
anyone close to Velocipaster. Yeah, I mean, we brought back up the Picard's childhood traumas, which I felt that we had overexplored and we
Yes.
had resolved several episodes ago. But instead, it is back.
No,
and
I told you there was one more door to open.
yeah,
And
but
what was behind that door? Door number 2, Alex. What was behind it?
more disappointment. The thing is, we only saw 5 more seconds of actual footage, and it was them revisiting all of the shit that we had revisited. Like, a huge portion of this episode is shots we have already seen before, and they're just redoing them over and over because they couldn't write even any new story. So nothing actually really happens in this episode other than like
Bullshit happens.
F level action. There's a line where they're like they just killed the special forces guy real slow. They stabbed him in the face until he was dead, and he had a gun and a bunch of stuff. And
This
then later,
isn't Star Trek, man.
and then later they're like, we need weapons. It's like you just killed a guy that was armed to the fucking teeth.
Take his Borg gun. Somehow the guns turn into Borg green lasers. I guess all the military, they just had green lasers anyways, and the lasers themselves make Borg sounds.
Yes.
Whatever. You remember when Star Trek, they would come up with clever ways to fucking take on the Borg,
He
you
does
know,
it.
and maybe, knock them out unconscious. These are human beings that have been assimilated. Nah, let's just fucking murder them.
I was gonna
This
say
show
that,
says
but then
mercenaries suck,
Seven
military
said,
sucks,
Seven
should
said
kill
they're
them
not
all."
humans.
Yes, they are.
She said they weren't.
No, she's a fucking idiot.
She started firing.
I
They're not humans.
I
Speechless.
Well, it also
I can't. I'm at a loss.
Like the writing that they presented us is poor, and that's being generous.
I was gonna
But
say.
also the whole point of this episode is they have to stop Picard from stopping them from making their launch go, and all they have to do is the guy. Remember, he owns the Europa project. He gave them enough money. He can just be like, "Hey, let's just delay it a little bit," and then if they delay it a little bit, it's over. So like none of this even needs to happen within their own stupid writing. I don't know
The
why
season
you
doesn't need to
motherfuckers
happen.
keep giving Alex Kurtzman money. I don't know why any of you are excited about anything Star Trek from here on out. I don't know why any of you are watching Discovery. I don't know why people haven't canceled Paramount Plus. I guess people are excited about something on Halo, but like this is really, really, really bad stuff.
The
It
writing
is.
is worse. I looked at some of the writing credits that these writers have. They have nothing. They've literally worked on nothing before this series.
Well, they probably
This is what
jerked
fucking
off
happens.
Kurtzman.
Yeah, jerked off Kurtzman and drew their scripts on crayons with crayons.
Guys, I don't know how to approach this. I am going to rip this episode bit by bit apart. So we open up. The ship is still not fucking cloaked. Yeah, so they know exactly where to go. They teleport in. All the Borg teleport in. There's a throwaway line that's like, I don't know, that's what the Borg Queen went over there to do for half a second, even though she could have literally fucking replicated batteries so she can eat them if she wanted. But no, she got to go and eat the batteries later on. But I guess she fucking got the ship to where she can teleport in her own troops. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no teleporter except for the fucking ship's teleporter.
There's the Romulan time cop teleporter. It's a mist teleporter.
Yeah, but that's not the one that they're using.
Yeah.
That's the one that our heroes use to get back. And the fucking it just looks cheap. And the CGI is awful. Everybody's on green screen. It's way too fucking dark. So even the goddamn gun battle that I was saying, okay, well, at least maybe we're going to get a battle on the ship, but it'll be cool looking. It was fucking stupid. The Borg don't shoot Ramos. They literally ignore him when they first teleport onto the ship, and then Girardi teleports, and then they raise their guns. It's like, what? Shit, the Queen's not here, and we don't have to do shit. Oh fuck, the Queen's here. Let's do our job. It's so because then later on, I'm like, oh, maybe they don't want to kill the crew. They need the crew to man the fucking ship or something stupid like that. No, later on, they are literally shooting to kill. So why didn't they fucking kill any enemy on the fucking ship that they saw as they're trying to take over the fucking ship? It's so dumb. And her Borg, so she teleports onto the ship so she can change into something more comfortable. She goes to the old Borg Queen's dead body, and she becomes Borgedy now. So this is not the Borg. I don't want anybody calling this the Borg anymore. This is Borgedy's.
Then we have another point in the slow-mo.
Yes. I can't stand it. They're like, look at how fucking cool we are. Look at how fucking cool Girardi is. Fucking glorifying Girardi like she's the best character. She's literally the character that we hate. I hate Rafi more, to be honest, but Girardi's like a close fucking second. She's murdering. Like her. She's so powerful.
Known murderer, Girardi.
Girl power. I don't know. And it's like, it's done so poorly. We've had it's written by people that have never seen Star Trek, and it bothers me so much.
This is not even good TV.
I was gonna say, like, you don't even need to see Star Trek. Like, you can make an entertaining show. I don't know anything about Star Trek, and I know this is fucking trash.
The bad writing. Here's an example of bad writing. Telling the audience what's happening as it's happening. She needs to pin us down while she captures the ship. Why? Why does she need to pin you down while she captures the ship? You're not going to do anything. They're fucking Borg soldiers. So apparently a 90-year-old Picard and fucking 3 Starfleet people are going to take on 50 Borg. Cool. Girardi, so then the Borg, so basically all hope is lost. The Borg is on the ship, has the ship. Why doesn't they win? Because it's overwhelming. Well, Girardi deconstructs the Borg Queen. We haven't already had some deconstructions of characters and factions and captains. She's got to deconstruct the Borg Queen. She starts talking to the Borg Queen. While you were in control, I was searching through the depths of your mind, and I found childhood trauma that made you this way. So the Borg Queen also had her father and mother beat her while she was young.
I thought I shit you not. I thought we were gonna have another a flashback
scene from the Borg and the little kid. No, Daddy, please. Fucking domestic abuse. Basically, look at the writing of fucking Moon Knight and how they handle it. Look, it is so
that was
bad.
Tastefully, this is like laughable.
Depicting mental trauma is done well in that show, and it's done awful in this show.
This is inflicting mental trauma.
Inflicting mental trauma on everyone. So now, and then the decisions of these fucking writers it's like everybody's having a party, and it's the most obnoxious, stinky party ever. Nobody wants any part of, because it's like, we got to have Soji. Let's have her, the actress, we want her in it, and she's in it. Oh, Elnor, he died. Yeah, but then he comes back as a hologram. So then whoa, he's back. But the audience is like, what? No, where's the real Eleanor? Is this just what we're expected to like now? Okay, fine. He's
this
a
is the moment
hologram.
where people are like, oh my God,
Oh
he's
my
back.
God, he's back, fucking, and then he's beating everybody up, and he gets his sword, and they're shooting at him. He's a fucking hologram, and they're shooting at him with bullets, and he's kicking everybody's ass. It's like, why are they?
Can you picture the reading in the boardroom? And then this happens. It's like, anyone is like, this is fucking
I could
terrible.
definitely, like, Kurtzman's just sitting there just stroking.
Stop hiding, stop running. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Stop running. I'm not running. And then he runs. He literally runs as
They're shooting the hologram.
And then
Can the hologram get injured? I don't know. The Star Trek.
Yeah.
I guess when he has the thing on his shoulder, then he becomes materialized and can get hurt. Or maybe they're aiming for the thing. I don't fucking know. It's stupid. I hate
don't
this.
know.
In the battle, Jean-Luc daydreams about, after being hit with a grenade, about his childhood.
Cover your ass.
While the women fight the battle,
this
they play
reminds
hide and
me.
seek. We have Ramos. Ramos is shot. Like, where's Ramos during this whole fucking thing? I'm like, okay, everybody's
With his
firing.
girlfriend.
He's with his girlfriend, and he gets shot in the arm. He's like, man. And then they teleport him out with the fucking cloud boxes.
But
And then he's
no,
like, I
his
gotta go back to
performance
hell.
is like he was fucking dying when he was
Yeah.
in that room. But then when he transports out, he's like, oh,
Now when he's fixing
hey, we need to
stuff.
fix that
So I can go
shoulder.
back.
You got shot. Oh,
yeah, that's right.
I did get shot.
Oh.
So wait, were you?
So poorly directed, so poorly written. They murder a mercenary together. Girardi and Alex was pointing this out. Girardi and 7 of 9. They, instead of respecting life and trying to find a way to disable them as TNG would, and find every available thing, they're just like, this is why it's not Star Trek. It's dark. It's murderous. It's they're all killers, and it's just ridiculous.
Stab him in the face.
And you're just your light draws me out, Jean-Luc. Come follow me. Okay, so, and then we get a dropped bomb, a throwaway line while she's gathering up fucking, I don't know, grenades. Instead of picking up the rifle, 7 goes, well, when Voyager got back from its thing, Starfleet rejected me as an officer. Starfleet refused 7 of 9 after Voyager. Bullshit.
Starfleet is racist, and they hate people.
Exactly. In this
and,
universe.
like, everyone, the people.
This is why it's on Star Trek. That's not what would have happened after all that Janeway went through, after all the crew, after all the records, after everything that she's done. That is the most fucking bullshit I've ever heard.
Absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, like, I've almost accepted at this point that
Whatever.
they, Star Trek is supposed to be this future that we want to live in, where we as human beings have kind of solved all of our major issues, and then we are able to explore those issues through through other like civilizations that we meet over time. Now that's not this at all. Like, the Federation is Nazis. Act literal in this thing, like they're fascist Nazis.
Even the normal Federation are Nazis.
Sheer
That's
fucking
like
hubris. They're cursing at people. They're talking about people being poor. Like, all of these things, they just have no respect or love or care or knowledge of the originals. And so I've almost just completely stopped holding them to that because I know that it's not there. This
whole series lost me. And then the next moment happens, and it loses me again. How can you lose me when you've already lost me? That's when motherfucking 7 of 9 and Rafi charge out over an open ground. Meanwhile, Picard and everybody else is going underground doing the smart thing to get to the ship. They literally see 50 Borg in fortified positions firing assault rifles at them with Borg accuracy, which I guess is null and void, the stormtrooper accuracy at this point. They decide to we're not gonna make it.
Yeah,
we're
definitely not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it. And then they run out in the middle of gunfire in an open field, and
You see an army.
with an ice pick.
with an ice pick.
And of course,
Oh,
sure.
she randomly kills one, manages to kill one of them with an ice pick.
Charging. I don't know what the guy was fucking doing.
That's what I'm saying, Joe.
Shooting. I don't know what the fuck is shooting.
What the which way do I point it? But
not like she's fucking the Matrix.
That was it.
Going side to side. It was a straight shot.
That was it. That was the moment where it's like the writers don't care. They're just taking action figures and smashing them together and marionetting with corpses my fucking Star Trek to get their stupid fucking, messages across. Progressive messages that I agree with, but done in the most worst, one-sided, ham-fisted, stupidly written way that does a disservice to the message itself. And if there's anybody out there that would disagree with the message or take the other side or be conservative or something like that, they would be like, see, this is the kind of shit that I don't like. This woke fucking shit. I'm making sure not to listen to any of it. Who are they preaching to? The choir? Is this a subset of people or whatever? And I don't even like the go woke, go broke crowd. I see them in the comments. It's like, this is just go woke, go broke. But it's like, it's hard to fucking argue with them at the point because this literally is the worst fucking writing ever. And now I have to be like, well, that's not really progressivism. This is so far, this is just unqualified writers with a political slant and with a message they want to tell, and they do it so poorly, they fuck everything up, including the Star Trek lore and franchise. Star Trek is supposed to be intelligent and engage in discussion and debate, but if it just shows one side and says this is how it is, regardless of all the goddamn rules in the universe. Do you know how many fucking people they've killed and murdered in this fucking universe? Is there no butterfly effect? Where was the butterfly effect? Starfleet has told people countless fucking times, do not mess with fucking time, and they just do not give a shit.
Like, hold my beer.
Hold my beer, I'm gonna fuck with time some more. And then we did the Ramos is like, I love you. And she's like, oh, maybe you can be here with me. No, I must go back. But maybe you don't have to. Planting the seed that we all fucking see coming. It's just ridiculous. It sucks. So then anyways, you're too injured to help Ramos. She uses and then she uses it as if it wasn't stupid the fucking first time. The doctor uses more future tech to help Ramos fix his fucking arm so he can go and teleport back and save his fucking friends. The doctor who did from goddamn 2024 uses tech that she has no idea how to use. He also teleports in and is using time traveler tech as if he knows what to fucking do. It's just shit. It was never written this poor. Anyway, Picard finds his mother.
Yep.
She runs around, hangs herself in a room, and that's why Picard has trauma. And he's been ignoring it, but once he finds his truth and confronts his truth and shares his truth, he is more truthy. And
more truthy.
And then the stupidest moment happens.
But wait, there's more.
So they're fighting on the ship with Elnor. Elnor's coming around a corner, and Rafi and Seven come around some boxes on the ship. And all of us simultaneously, what? They fucking made it! I think this is the stupidest thing since season one's, do everything thingamajiggy, that device that lets them do whatever the fuck they want, that they fucking left behind and never talk about again, that no one kept, that stupid fucking plot device. This is the stupidest thing since then. And then we have to interrupt, and then they're like, oh my God, you're alive? No, I'm not alive. I'm a fucking hologram. I know you're a hologram. But while we're under gunfire, let me do a melodramatic scene where the music swells. Oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry because it's the only reason why I was there putting it on.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. You're like, really? You're going to fucking do this right? You're going to fucking do this right now.
We have to interrupt the fight for this melodramatic garbage scene with Elnor.
I was scared to be alone.
But then, while they were doing that, 7 of 9, these soldiers come down the corridors. We've seen the plans of the ship before. These corridors literally lead to the back of the ship, so they have fucking aim. They can just aim from where they are and start firing. But they're doing this. The director's like, all right, be all mercenary-like. So they do this.
What are you scanning for?
What are you looking at? You're looking at the left side of the wall, the right side of the wall, and the left side of the wall.
There could be bad guys in the walls, guys. It was foreshadowing.
So because they do that
damn
because they do that so much, they teleport. Finally, Seven gains control of the ship because Girardi deconstructed the Borg Queen and locked her out of all the systems using the same fucking endorphins. Because the endorphins from her slamming the window and having sex and murdering the guy are the same endorphins when she gets sad because the Borg Queen comes in and beats up Elnor, beats up 7 of 9, gives her a mortal injury with her fucking poorly animated CGI tentacles. They've just run out of money at this point. And then she's like, okay, but then, but then before this, she transports the Borg into the walls, and Picard and
I guess we're getting the advantage.
Whatever her name is, fucking I don't care
It doesn't
anymore.
matter.
They get caught in the wall.
So this is the house that Picard in 400 years will grow up in, by the way. Remember, this is the house that he eventually will grow up in, and so he's going to be playing hide and seek with his mom eventually in this timeline and find like corpses half inside, half outside of walls, and he's going to traumatize the shit out of young Jean-Luc Picard. And
I think the time would have already been further to where that wouldn't have happened. He would have been grown.
because this is his ancestor, Renee's his ancestor.
But you're right.
400 years
that
after
all the other ancestors would be like, huh, what's this in the fucking wall? Gerard loses a sword battle to Elnor, but then she uses the tentacles to destroy him and mortally wound Seven. And that's when we get the goddamn speech from Memory Girardi.
This is nap time.
This is the dumbest part of the...
This was my nap time.
And then this is where Joe fell asleep when she's
I was
like,
like, oh my god, I don't fucking
and the
care.
board
I was
queen,
like, I don't fucking care.
and then Joe fell asleep.
It's like they have like humans have love.
They
We
keep-
don't need love. It's like, but
Yeah.
you need connection.
Exactly.
Together we could be friends.
The Borg fears
Shut the
loss,
fuck up.
like we
Ruining
do.
my nap.
They long for connection. The one thing that the Borg have is their connection, but they long for connection. One good element.
No,
and
man,
one-
it's a metaphor.
And you know, it's so stupid. And even if you think this is good writing, like you're like, oh wow, that's poignant. They fuck it up immediately because then they do this thing where it's like, let's make a new race of Borg and let's make the Borg stupid. I don't know what I called it. The Jororg. Somebody make the dumbest fucking name so we can officially name this race. Forgot what I called them. But anyways, she convinces them to do that. To salvage like pieces of shit instead and respect each member. And you can just see we are the Borg. We respect your uniqueness and your individuality, and we accept your truth. And you're telling me,
Maybe with permission.
I can't
But maybe
deny
with
this is so
permission,
woke. This is so
later on
stupid.
I could assimilate
And
you.
I hate that Go Woke, Go Broke crowd.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
Could you imagine how they changed the thing? Write a new speech for the Borg. It's no longer resistance is futile. We will add your collectiveness to our own. It is.
I accept your truth.
Your uniqueness.
We allow you to live.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm crying.
So 7 of 9 is again repaired. She is now a Borg.
yes, thank you,
again.
So the only way to save 7 of 9 is to make her a Borg again.
That's because they don't have the infinite magic tricorder that
That's
can
right.
just
And
fix everything.
Rafi is watching that
Rafi
again.
took-
Rafi is the most spoilers character. She has no idea what's happening in the Borg Queen's head. All she sees is the Borg Queen whooping everybody's ass and kill 7 of 9. And then she goes down and does the Borg thing to fucking fill her with So Rafi does nothing. She doesn't even attempt to fight the Queen. It would have been nice if she ran to the Queen. No, don't convert her again into Borg. Or no, don't kill her, because Rafi thinks she's killing her. And just have the tentacle slap her. But I guess we don't have a budget for that. So she sits there and goes, no, what the hell? As if she's tied down, but she's not tied down. Okay, so then Girardi convinces the Borg to negotiate and convince to change their very nature for the universe and build a universes of 7s. Wouldn't it be so great if everybody was 7 of 9, I guess, and then whatever. Despite this going against everything that the Borg believe in, but okay. Instead of repairing at the time, if the Borg Queen just goes along for the ride and repairs the time, then they can fucking go back to where the Borg are in the universe somewhere. Obviously, the universe that they're trying to fix is where the Borg died, and there's only half a Borg Queen. So she needs to help them to prevent that from happening. But no, they make a worse Borg here, which obviously confirms that Picard's mother is not the Borg at the beginning of the series. It is Jorborgi. It is Jorborgi, and she's got the tentacles. So Jorborgi is that Borg at the beginning, and I guess we need to resolve that in the next episode, because what about that? Well, okay, anyways.
Then after that, we go back to the house
yeah.
where they're being held up.
Well, we keep cutting back and forth. Yep. During an important part, it is so jarring where Dr. Song manages to... So Picard knows his fucking house, and he knows exactly where to go, but Song has no idea where to go. But he's
distracted with all these fucking daydreams.
He says, I know where you're going because lab rats. What? Excuse me?
You don't chase...
I chase lab rats all day. And this is how I knew where your secret entrance
You don't
and
chase
exit
them
became.
through the maze. You just wait for them.
The stupidest writing ever.
And then
if you like this writing, your brain is deficient. You are unable to see good writing and bad writing. Like, never mind. I don't want to get personal with it. If you like it,
we are no longer
more
friends.
I'm glad that you're living your truth.
I'm glad that you're living your truth. So his mom hung herself in the room, and it was Picard that led her out. And that's sad. And that is legitimately sad. It made me think about it, about a boy trying to save his mother from losing her mind. That is like one good little morsel of sadness that does happen in the world. But when it's treated so poorly, when it's in an episode like this, it's just more insulting. On its own, that's a great fucking thing to explore. Because the mom is begging him.
I was just glad you got out of the episode. I wanted to get out of the episode too.
I wanted to go out that way too. Yeah, exactly. And if you want to think about it, the Jorgi, it was like, is this a way to get her off the show? I mean, she doesn't have to be a part of the crew anymore. Hey, man. He wants to be a part of the review. You got to give his review. Come here, man. So maybe... But the show's over, season 2. They're not going to have this cast come back. So this is just the resolution.
You don't know.
This is like elevating Girardi into Star Trek lore, where she literally cannot be separated and forgotten about because she is now the Borg. I hate this. You've really ruined Star Trek for the future. I hate it. And if that's the case, then when in Discovery, why don't we see the Borg show up in Discovery when they go into the future? Is Gerard Borgies out there? What does this have to do with Q?
He's been in the show 5 minutes.
That you tease me with Q, and he's been in the show 5 minutes, and the lines that you wrote for him suck. It sucks. There are too many subplots going on here.
I don't know why you told him about the gun either. You should just let him hold the gun.
So Dr. Song is like holding a gun, and he rigs it to explode, and he's like, well, that's because you're holding something that will explode.
And he's like, I'm going to throw it at you.
Maybe Ramos is the only one on the fucking team that knows not to mess with time, so he doesn't want to kill Song. No, because he's teleporting his fucking girlfriend that he wants to bone. He's fucking thinking with his dick, and he's like, well, look at my fucking ship. I'm going to tell your son all these cool fucking things and manipulate children so that you'll have sex with me.
And then the kid's going to go back to school, tell all his friends about this fucking ship. It's like, this guy's fucking crazy. Like, no, man,
ruining his life. And he could have been an amazing politician that grows up to help facilitate the Starfleet. But now, no! Because Ramos wanted to get his dick wet. You are the most extraordinary person I know, Rafi tells 7 of 9. And I agree, because I've watched Voyager, and 7 of 9 is the best, one of the best parts of that show. And then I just imagine 7 of 9 replying, and you are the worst, most pointless, and ridiculous person that I know.
Yeah, go back to the desert and do more meth, asshole.
I guess this gets rid of Geordi, and she gets to go. So she flies away on her fucking ship.
No, the Vulcans are going to intercept. Because the second there's a warp signature.
The reason why Starfleet, the Vulcan. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
She takes off and she goes to warp and it's like, oh cool, the Vulcans are going to show up and go, wait a minute, you guys are just fucking.
Because in human history, the Vulcans show up the first time. They're waiting for humans to have warp technology, and they finally show up and have great cooperation. So the Vulcans are going to see that. Hey, what's up, guys? It's what? Oh, there was a Borg? Oh, okay. Well, bye. Later. You saw us now, but whatever. Who cares? Forget. Live long and prosper. And they let the stupid Borg go. The Borg Georgie. No, that's too close to Geordie LaForge. Give me another name for the goddamn stupid Borg. I'm just going to call him the stupid Borg until you guys can come up with a better name in chat, and you better come up with one good, and you better give me the goddamn new woke resistance is futile fucking line when those Borg show up to capture an empty fucking derelict ship, which is apparently what they're supposed to do now. Oh my god. Let's go with final verdicts.
0.
You can't go 0 on my scale, Joe. The thing played. If Paramount Plus,
there was some stuttering.
There was yeah,
Paramount
exactly.
Plus would not run the episode.
I
so
fucking
hated
close. Everything
so
about
fucking
this.
Close to
I don't give a
to
shit about these characters. I don't care about this fucking journey they're fucking doing. Everything was terrible. The writing is fucking terrible. The acting is fucking terrible.
The fact that we are using
the way it was shot,
franchise,
the way it was shot,
terrible.
Fucking terrible.
CGI, terrible.
What point can I give it? There's no fucking point.
I can't give it a point.
I hated every part of this. It was fucking dumb. I would give it a point for Okay,
convincing me of
like
a
I
joke.
would have given it a 1.
1 point.
But you know what lost me? The open field.
That's kind of funny.
What?
Though. That's kind of funny.
What? What the fuck?
Everything ends right there. Just in the fucking episode. They go running and then put in some gunfire effects and then put smash credits.
They're like, we're never going to make it. Next scene, oh, we made it. What? These emotional moments felt heartless, cheap. I didn't care for it.
I'm in really considering 0 out of 10 to allow a 0 out of 10. All right, we're
if I can't, I guess a fucking 1. Because honestly, like
Alex.
again, everything was like they're trying to be emotional. That didn't hit. It was fucking dumb. The way they did all this.
The thing is, the last episode was literally the cheapest
sidetracked.
thing. It was all in one area. Here, they were at least going different areas and doing things.
But the cuts,
but it's awful. So it's like they take that and they manage to fuck that up even worse than fucking up a standard fucking thing in a goddamn single
the pacing was fucking
place.
horrible. Just everything. Just none of this makes
pacing was
sense. The
horrible,
writing
too.
just
Poor
makes you go like,
direction.
what the fuck? It takes you out. You're just like looking at this like this is a fucking abomination.
Alex?
Yeah, I'm going to give it the lowest possible that we're allowed. I mean, we'll kind of go through. So for directing, I think this is absolutely horribly directed. We've got weird slow-mo that doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
We've got constant cuts. We're constantly reviewing footage that we've already seen before. Awful fight choreography. I mean, awful. Like, there's times where they're, like, trying to shoot from cover, but they're shooting with their guns down here instead of... I mean, it's absolute amateur hour on every level. The characters are unlikable.
And it does a disservice to the message they're trying to get across.
Yeah, the message is important. I'm not even touching on any of that yet. I'm just talking like just as quality of television. This is terrible quality of television. The story writing, the storytelling isn't very good. And then you take into consideration any of the source material that at one time I used to load. We now know that the Borg are outliving their truths. Their truth is in their journey, and they're going to go out there and they are going to rescue people. And I imagine everyone in the galaxy is just going to know and love them.
The woke Borg.
And it's just like the
Borg. Hey,
Yeah.
Borg.
It's just like it's Mr. Rogers is up there. It's just like what the fuck is happening here? And so it just
They don't use green anymore. They use fucking sparkles and confetti and rainbows.
yeah. The Borg Queen no longer has, like
Tentacles.
the tentacles things. It's definitely purple tumbler hair.
That's
So and it's absolutely ridiculous. So I gave the last episode, I think, probably the lowest possible score. I'm going to give this one. This is terrible.
0!
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fucking 0. This is as close to non-functional as possible because I want to call it non-functional. This is non-functional as Star Trek.
It's not complete.
It's not the Star Trek future that we've been talking about. We already addressed that. Trying to get across a progressive message and everybody coming together, it's not doing that. It's doing that a disservice. It's preaching to a choir and doing it at the dumbest fucking factor of 15. And the characters are awful. The CGI is awful. The action is awful. The ruining the goddamn Borg and Picard and these. I hate all the characters and I want them to die and go away. This is a 0 out of 10. If I've ever allowed a 0, it would be for this. I still don't know. I'm going back and forth. I don't know why I'm being so weird about it. It's a 1. It is a 0 out of 10. If I allow a 0 out of 10, it's a 0 out of 10.
Would you rewatch it?
It can't get worse. It can't get worse.
We
No,
said that
if
before.
I want to torture
We
somebody
said
that loves Star
before.
Trek and good writing and good stories, I would have them watch like a fucking good episode of something, right? And then the very next thing, hey, you want to watch something else? You thought that was cool? Like, what's a really good episode of TNG? What's the last one that you saw?
Inner Light.
Inner Light. You show them Inner Light, and then hey, you want to do another? And they're like, yeah, man, that was fucking great. You fucking put this on. What the fuck just happened? 0 out of 10. It can't get any worse than this.
Oh, I think it will.
There's one episode
left.
left.
I think next episode.
There's only one?
Yep, that's it.
No,
It's over.
next episode.
Wait, and also the 0 out of 10 comes. It's like we would not watch this show if we weren't reviewing it.
No.
And I, as principal, would not watch the show because it is doing a disservice to Star Trek, and I don't like it. And I don't want it, and I'm being forced to do it. It's torturous. That's why it gets another -1. Anyways,
I wouldn't fucking watch
so 10, episode 10 has to wrap up. Q.
Mm-hmm.
Can it get worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yes. Because then something's going to happen. They're in space. Ralphie's going to go out there and be like, don't worry, I'll fix it. I'll hold my breath. She's going to go outside the ship and fix it while holding her breath.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
back.
Q
Yeah, I
is going to
fixed
try
it.
to stop everybody, and other Qs are going to teleport in and show up. It's like, oh my God, how do we stop 50 Qs? That's the power levels through the roof. And then the Warg show up, and they fire rainbows and sparkles, and they have these collective of discarded people who are fringe of society, but now their truths are accepted and their individualities
Picard
are
and Q are
enhanced.
just going to hug it out.
And then the Borg fight in a
They're gonna hug it
massive
out.
battle, and they start screaming and running towards each other. And the Qs are fist fighting the Warg.
That'd be too
This is how
awesome.
fucking stupid this is.
That would be better than what we've
That
seen.
would be better than what we saw. Guys, it's Weekend at Bernie's. It literally is Weekend at Bernie's. Please put the corpse of my beloved franchise down. And we only have to do one more of these, thank God.
Well, there's a whole
hopefully-
season afterwards, and
The
there's
one
so
you're
many
looking
more
forward
corpses to desecrate.
Yeah, you're looking forward to that.
I don't.
aren't
No,
you?
no.
said you were.
9. You put down Star Trek. You fucking put those action figures down. Well, the only thing I can hope for that I'm no longer excited. I'm no longer hopeful is that the same writer that wrote this episode, the last episode that we scored a 1 out of 10, and probably the next episode, are not the same writers in the writing room for season 3. That's the only thing that I can hope.
You would hope.
Yes, they're still going to have the producers. Kurtzman's still going to be there, and he's going to inject his shit. But if the writers have control, they're the one doing the majority of the heavy lifting. These writers cannot handle it and fucked it up. So that's all. Guys, thank you so much for going through this therapy session with us. I really appreciate it. And if you love this and you find this to be your favorite Star Trek, you're the worst. And you really need to open up your palette to all the different Star Trek series that have come out over the years and watch them, because
Not the
perhaps you
recent
haven't
ones,
seen
right?
those.
No, fuck. Even Discovery is better than this. Prodigy is better than this. Lower Decks is better than this. This is literally the worst season of Star Trek ever. The animated series is better than this. The season 1 of TNG, which people say is not that great but still good, is better than this. Much better than this. I can't think of Enterprise is better. The worst filler episodes of the worst Star Trek series I would rather watch than this. And that's true. It's a true fact. And if this is your favorite, I don't know how to reach you. You're so far on a different level. Maybe you just haven't experienced a lot of media, and that's, I guess, our curse, is we've seen too much of it, and we are comparing it to much better media that we're currently watching, that we've seen in the past, that we know that the franchise is capable of. And hopefully in the next season, no, shut the fuck up, Joe. What about Strange New Worlds, huh?
No,
different
same
writers.
same production team.
Now, you're just with the producers, okay? I get it, and you're right. But I'm going to focus on writers. Otherwise, I will bash my head against the wall.
Or we just skip it.
No, we're not skipping it!
I'm just thinking, though.
If this thing is going down in flames, we're going down with it. Bye,
No,
guys.
I'm going to get a parachute, though.
Bye.